A young pregnant mother is scrolling on Facebook one afternoon. She meets another woman who not only offers friendship, several baby items she doesn't use anymore, but also a job. They meet and take off for that job interview. Hours later, the pregnant woman's fiancé stops hearing from her. My name is M. William Phelps. I'm an investigative journalist and the true crime author of close to 50 books. I've dedicated the past 20 years of my life to helping families of the missing and murdered. Join me next for a Crossing the Line with M. William Phelps shortcut. Ashley Bush is 7.5 months pregnant and beaming, looking forward to welcoming her fourth child into the world. At 33 years old, Ashley and her fiancé, Joshua Willis, are living in Benton, Arkansas. It's early October 2022, and Ashley has been looking for a job she can do while pregnant to earn some extra money for her growing family. Benton is just about in the center of the state, south of Little Rock. At 36,000 residents, with the average income close to $70,000 a year, it's not a bad place to raise a family. On the other hand, Benton has a small-town Southern charm about it and touts itself as being the birthplace of its most famous resident, Grammy Award-winning country crooner Charlie Rich. As Ashley is mindlessly scrolling through Facebook one afternoon, about a week before Halloween in 2022, she comes across a recent post of great interest, written by a woman named Lucy Barrows. I have a bunch of baby items if any moms-to-be need them. Most expecting mothers are in search of any help they can get, knowing that today, perhaps more than ever, having a child is expensive, especially when it comes to miscellaneous odds and ends all mothers need. So Ashley DM'd Lucy Barrows to inquire about the baby items and what she was actually giving away. They messaged back and forth for several days, and by the end of that first conversation, Ashley mentions to Lucy that she is also looking for a job. Coincidentally, Lucy says she knows someone who owns a business and they are hiring. What luck. A day or so later, Lucy hits Ashley up again with some good news. Conduit, Lucy says. That's the name of the company. As it were, Lucy adds, Conduit has an office in Bentonville, Arkansas, which is convenient. Ashley also says she has no trouble working from home as she heads closer to her projected due date. By October 28th, Ashley and Lucy decide to meet up and have a chat. They've kind of hit it off online and live not far from each other. Why not meet and talk in person? Joshua Willis then drives his fiancée, Ashley, over to a local public library, and they wait. A woman fitting Lucy's description pulls up in a small pickup truck. Gotta be her, they think. Ashley and Lucy have a chat. Lucy explains the job and says she will even speak with her supervisor on Ashley's behalf and put in a good word. That night, Lucy messages Ashley again. Great news. My supervisor wants to meet you. When and where, Ashley says. This Monday. Perfect, Ashley says. A few minutes go by and Lucy sends another message. I'll meet you at the Handy Stop convenience store in Maysville and drive you over to Conduit to meet my supervisor. Ashley agrees. What a great gesture. Monday, October 31st, Halloween, Lucy says. That seems to work out for Ashley. So she and Joshua head out to the Handy Stop. Lucy is waiting when they pull up. driving that same pickup truck. Ashley tells Joshua she'll text him when she's done and he can pick her up at the handy stop. There's no need for Joshua to wait. It's going to be a while. Near 3 p.m., Ashley texts Joshua. She says she's in town again and on her way to the handy stop, so he should probably head out now to pick her up. As Joshua sits and waits in the parking lot at that handy stop convenience store, he sees that same pickup truck drive past the handy stop. That's weird. Where are they going? Ashley is sitting in the passenger side. Lucy Barrows is driving. Next, Joshua watches as the truck approaches the on-ramp to Highway 43 nearby and begins traveling north. Then, Joshua loses sight of them. Where in the hell are they going? Maybe they're just messing around with him. So he calls Ashley. Her phone goes straight to voicemail. Joshua waits and waits, tries Ashley's phone several more times, but it goes directly to voicemail every single call. So he drives home. Ashley will call at some point and tell him to come and get her. Or maybe Lucy will drop her off after they go shopping or grab a bite to eat. The following morning, Ashley still hasn't returned home, texted, or called. So Joshua heads out to Highway 43 and starts driving and looking out for her. And as he is driving, miraculously perhaps, Joshua later claims he comes across Ashley's phone on the ground on the side of the highway as if it had been tossed out of a vehicle. Let's take our only break of the show here. Come right back. I found the cell phone on the side of the road in Maysville, Joshua tells detectives with the Benton County Sheriff's Office. It's early in the day, November 1st. Can you show us where? Joshua and two detectives head out to Highway 43, and he shows them where he found the phone. Remember, Joshua claims Lucy Barrows and his fiancée drove past him, got on the highway, and took off. There's no proof of that. So detectives, they kind of got an eye on this guy. Detectives then take the phone back to the sheriff's office and are able to get inside of it. They discover Lucy's Facebook account, and they see the post she made about giving away baby items. Everything seems to line up with what Joshua is telling them. Another detective heads over to the handy stop, and someone approaches him. They talk for a minute. The guy explains how, while he was traveling south on Highway 43 the previous day, he and a friend he was with saw a man toss a red and black cell phone out of the window of the vehicle he was driving. So they contact this guy's friend. Yes, he confirms. It was a blue or light gray Chevy pickup. As they dig into the Facebook profile of Lucy Barrows, they find out it was created on October 25th. The IP address is registered to a T-Mobile account, but that account is registered to a man by the name of Jamie Waterman from Pineville, Arkansas. Pineville is north, about 150 miles, or a 3-hour drive close to the Missouri state line. By the end of that day and into the next, they then get hold of Ashley's cell phone records from her provider. They go right into Google Maps and begin to look at the phone's location over the past 48 hours. Ashley's phone traveled from where the handy stop is to Maysville, and then left the area by 11:41 a.m. on October 31st. The phone then returns to Maysville later that evening at 6:51 p.m. When they dig deeper into the phone to find out where it had been for most of the day, you guessed it, Pineville, Arkansas. They are even able to obtain the exact road the phone was on for a majority of that time. Laughlin Ridge Road in Pineville, which is the residence of a couple by the name of Jamie and Amber Waterman. Detectives head out to interview Jamie and Amber. First thing they notice is a tan-colored pickup truck parked in the driveway. Amber looks disheveled and tired. "I've been home the past few days," she explains, "with my son and my husband's cousin's daughter." They ask what she did. "Well, I had my cousin call 911, and then they drove me to meet an ambulance at a store in McDonald County. I delivered a stillborn child later that evening." "Do you think we can get access to your phone just to verify this?" they want to know. "I lost my phone," she says. "Is that your vehicle in the driveway?" "Yes, I am the only one with the keys who drives it," she says. Detectives get a feeling that Amber is being elusive. "Do you know Ashley Bush?" one of them asks Amber. "No," she says. "Do you know Lucy Barrows?" they ask next. "Yes, I worked with her at Walmart. We were never close. The last time I saw her was maybe 2 weeks ago at the store." They then speak with Jamie Waterman next. He says he worked all the previous day but came home for lunch. "Amber's truck was gone when I got home about noon," he adds. "Nobody was here." He also says he drives a blue GMC pickup. "Amber called me about 4:30 at work and told me she was having a miscarriage. So he needed to get home fast. By the time he arrived, Amber and the others had already left the house to meet that ambulance." "Do you know Ashley Bush? Any idea where she might be?" they asked Jamie. "No, sorry," he says. The Watermans give detectives permission to conduct a search of the house. When they finish, they go back inside and tell the Watermans that they will be confiscating the gray pickup because there is possibly blood inside the cab. They secure several warrants for a more complete forensic search. As the team is going through the truck and the Waterman's house, detectives head over to Jamie's work and pull him aside. Jamie says when he got home that day, he saw the blood in the truck and just assumed it was from the miscarriage. But when he asked Amber about it later, she never mentioned where it came from. "Is that all you want to tell us?" they ask him. Jamie then becomes a little cagey. "I watched Amber clean the blood later on that night, but then she burned the rags she used in a barrel in the front yard of the house. I then collected all the trash from the house and burned it in the same barrel." You know, this is one of those WTF moments. What in the hell is going on here? "Is there anything else you can tell us?" they ask, making it clear now. The time for Jamie to talk and tell his side of this story is now or never. He says he checked social media coverage of Ashley's disappearance when they left the other night because he was curious. Sure, believable. That next morning, he adds, "Amber told me she killed Ashley, but then quickly changed her story and said it was Lucy Barrows who had done it." Jamie explains that Amber motioned for him to follow her that night. They walked outside and over to where an old boat was in their yard. Amber lifts up a blue tarp. And there is Ashley. "What did you do?" they asked Jamie. Amber removed the ring on Ashley's finger, and I dragged the body onto the blue tarp and over to a fire pit behind the house. Amber asked me to get a can of gasoline. Amber poured it all over the body and piled wood and old furniture on top and lit it on fire. It burned for an hour. Amber sprayed it with water, and then, Jamie says, he dragged what remained of Ashley out of the smoldering ashes. They then rolled up the body in another tarp and carried it over to Jamie's pickup. He drove just down the road and dumped it. "Let's go," they tell him. When they arrive at the location, they find the charred remains of Ashley's body. In the burn pile back at the residence, they wind up finding a charred human hand and bone fragments. When they autopsy the body, it is clear that there is no baby inside Ashley's womb. I wrote a book, Murder in the Heartland. It's about the Lisa Montgomery, Bobby Joe Stinnett case in Skidmore, Missouri. Lisa Montgomery had lured Bobby Joe, 8 months pregnant, online into meeting up so Lisa could buy one of her puppies. Lisa had groomed Bobby for months into a friendship. Once at Bobby Joe's house, Lisa Montgomery choked Bobby and then cut her child from her womb as Bobby came to and began to fight back. Amber is arrested in this case for kidnapping resulting in death by the FBI not long after Jamie laid it all out. Jamie was arrested for assisting his wife in trying to prevent her arrest. Ashley's baby, Grace Willis, was found in a different location, dead. Amber had done what Lisa Montgomery did, cut Ashley's baby from her womb with the intention of claiming the child as her own. Amber had created Lucy Barrows, same as Montgomery had created an online persona, for the sole purpose of luring an expecting mother into her web so she could kill the mother and take her child. In July 2024, Amber pleads guilty to kidnapping and murder. She got a mandatory life without parole sentence. Amber killed 2 people. It was proven later that Ashley died as a result of what's called penetrating trauma of her torso. In other words, Amber cut her child out of her. In February 2025, Jamie pleads guilty to being an accessory after the fact to kidnapping resulting in death. He is still, as of this recording, awaiting sentencing. After burning Ashley's body and dumping her and her child, Jamie and Amber went home, got themselves cleaned up, and then went to a funeral home to plan a memorial service for their miscarried child. So Amber had cut this baby out of Ashley. The baby died. And after they cleaned up this crime, they drove to a funeral home to plan a memorial service for Ashley's baby. That's it for this shortcut. As always, I greatly appreciate your support for this show. Be safe, be aware, be alert. Head over to patreon.com/MWilliamPhelps and sign up for my free content page, where I'll be interacting with you, doing live streams, posting exclusive content, sending out newsletters, and dropping a major limited series podcast exclusively for Patreon members later this year. That's patreon.com/MWilliamPhelps. patreon.com/MWilliamPhelps. Sources for this episode include Sentencing set for the man that helped wife hide body of murdered Arkansas woman. CBS News by Spencer Bailey, February 28, 2025. And a 9-page FBI affidavit. Jamie and Amber Waterman arrest. Crossing the Line is executive produced by M. William Phelps, LLC, and Matthew Valentinus, Mom's Basement Management. Written by me, M. William Phelps. Audio mastering and mixing by Matt Russell. Music by Epidemic Sound. Original music written and performed by Thomas Mooney, Tom Phelps, and Matt Russell.